Hey, I wanted to do hopefully a quicker video about how I use my Xbox controller and PlayStation controller to map parameters in Resolume. So I use TouchDesigner. You can use the free non-commercial version if you'd like. But there's a joystick node that captures an input. If you're using a PlayStation controller and Windows, I use DS4 Windows to convert the PlayStation controller into an Xbox controller. It's easier to read. Um, so you have the different buttons here, and you can select which control you want to move your parameter in Resolume. So I'm using the x-axis, or rather it's slide. Let's say we want to use slider 2. We would select, when adding the select, it'll have this. Select slider 2, and then we would put a rename chop and an OSC out for base functionality. For the rename, we would rename the parameter to what we see here in Resolume when we go to shortcuts and edit OSC, and say we want to add edge from our dashboard faders here. When we click on it, we see our OSC input. We can copy that, add it to the rename node, and take out the first dash, and then OSC out. Make sure the port and make sure these settings are correct. Here, the same as your OSC in the settings. Incoming port has to be the same, and it can just be over localhost. So yeah, port is 10,000 to 10,000. So now we're outputting OSC. We can see here, I have it mapped to speed as well, but I also have it mapped to edge. And so usually when mapping a button, you have to hold it down if you want it to stay. But if you add a logic, you can change the channel pre-op to toggle, so then it switches between 1 and 0. Instead of you having to hold it down, you can just turn it on and then off. And then I have a filter here that I use left half Gaussian a lot of the time for the, it smooths it out. So instead of it being an instantaneous toggle, it's smoothed into the rename and the OSC out. So that's how I use an Xbox controller to control Resolume. This effect here is by The Void. Go check out his Patreon.